Guys, welcome back to another figure review. Now this is the first time in a while we're doing one of these. We're taking a look at a figure that is not a Star Wars figure on my channel. I think the last time I did one of these was back in the summer of 2019, because I do remember seeming to give a look at a Spyro the Dragon figure from NECA. That was the last time I gave a look at a non-Star Wars figure. So today we're going to be taking a look at a figure from the DC Multiverse of collection, because I did used to do a few DC action figures, and the character in question is from one of their most recently upcoming film, The Batman, and that is indeed Batman himself, the Dark Knight, Caped Crusader, however you wish to call him. But before we look at him properly, we'll take a look at the packaging that this one comes in. This is the first time I'm giving a look at one of these packagings on my channel. Of course, this is DC Multiverse we have here, and it is of course themed to be The Batman. I've been looking at these in the shop because it's been a while since I actually bought some DC figures for my collection, so it was nice to see some more of these in the shelves. They really updated the packaging, because they used to have the red one which had the characters on the side, but they updated it in recent years, and there's a few I've been eyeing to collect from that line. I've been heavily focused on getting Star Wars Black Series stuff, but I was in Smith's Toys on Monday of the week filming this, and I just picked it up off the shelf, and I'm like, yes, I'm having that. So that is it, Batman in the DC Multiverse. Now I really like this little presentation box, so even if you're keeping it mint on card, that's now you get the background behind the bubble there. Don't think you can see it much, but you get a lot of comic book action there. And then on the back you get a still of the figure himself, probably reenacting a scene from the upcoming The Batman film. And you do get other figures that are available in this wave. Now at the time of filming this review, as I've said now, The Batman has not yet been released, as it is February, and the film will be released in March. But that's definitely there. It's a great looking packaging, and there's a few. I hope to begin to add a few more DC Multiverse characters to my collection at some point there. But I do love this, the way this is seen. It's nice to finally have one up in my set. And as I said, it's themed for the Batman. They do theme them. I've had a few I've eyed on, like the Batman who laughs, and there's other characters from DC as well, like the Flash, and that I kind of want to have them in the collection. Now before we move on as well to the figure, one of the things we do get is a character card. This is, again, has a still of the action figure. I'm trying to avoid the light reflecting off it there, but that is there. You get the same shot from the back of the box, along with the Batman title there. And then on the rear of the card you do have a little bit of character information on there, but I don't think that's showing up very well, so if you want to pause the video and have a read it, you can, but I will put the link in the description below as to what is written on this card, with a bit of information on there as well for the data file. So that is the card that you also get with the characters. So you might have some like card holders, you can build them up. And now we come to the figure himself. So of course he does come with a stand, as I've said there. That is of course DC themed, and you have a little peg on it so you can stand him in different poses, however you wish to have him. Like you say, he's towering over Gotham City or ready to attack. Depends on who you have and how you want to go with it. So that's the DC stand that he comes with. But then now we come to the character himself. Now the Batman, it's sort of a long time coming, because I remember when Batman vs Superman came out, it was sort of announced initially as a standalone Batman movie with Ben Affleck's Batman, and Ben Affleck was going to star as Batman, and he was going to write and direct the film as well. But then that fell apart, and then following that we had Matt Reeves. I think Matt Reeves eventually took over, and then Ben Affleck sort of decided he was sort of done with being Batman. Well, he came back for Justice League, for Snyder's Justice League last year, but then after that he decided he was just done with it, and he sort of I don't know if he will come back to Batman at some point. Depends on what's going on. We have quite a lot going on with Batman in cinema at the minute. As I said, we got this one come in, and in the Flash movie apparently Michael Keaton's reprising his role as Batman as well. Like I don't know if it'll be like a multiverse like with Doctor Strange or the World Between Worlds, but that's what we'll get there. But this Batman figure will be played by Robert Pattinson, who a lot of you watching may know for playing Cedric Diggory in the Harry Potter films, well, the fourth one, and he also played in Tenet. He appeared in Tenet. A lot of you might know him from that as well, and there's lots of other things you can get for as well, other big films out there, including one of the franchise, but I don't talk about it. So that's there to take note of. But I'm just giving a full look down at the figure. It's a brand new look for Batman, as we know. He's got his different armour style that he has there. It's very different to the Nightmare Batman that we know from, that's from the DCEU. That was where Ben Affleck had the big trench coat. And of course we have tactical armour Batman, or even Christian Bale's Batman outfit. I feel like it's sort of a knockback to some of Christian Bale's outfit, because you do have some of the similar aspects to that. Of course you do have the basic gauntlets, which are there. However, I've got to give these a bit of a down point now because they're not made of like a solid material. They're actually very flimsy, so they'll probably easily snap if you're not careful with them. And they're not that well sculpted. It's a shame to do with that. The fact that they're not well sculpted. Like, you can see the bending on them already. Like they're very bendable. So I think that's already something to give a downer for the DC Multiverse. It's a shame to see that going on, but they are included on the figure as well. And then you also have different weaponry that he has on there. Of course, his left hand is posed in a punching position, because of course Batman usually punches his enemies. And then the right hand, you get the grappling hook. I believe that's what that's supposed to be. I haven't really watched much of the trailers in turn for the Batman because I kind of want to just go into the film as blindly as I can, just because of what's going on. But this is of course not attached to the hand. You can't take it off. So you can, if you wish to pose him on the shelf without, it does take a bit of an effort to get off, but it is detachable, as seen there. It's just a simple small device, but it has a little peg, which is available to go in through the hole there, and can stick to Batman's hand, and so you can like use it to shoot up and fly away. Like if you've watched the original film, Batman film from '89, there's that moment where he throws the smoke grenade down on the ground, and then he uses the grappling hook to get himself out of there. I was taking a full more look at these gauntlets. I mean, these are apart from that bit with the parts at the edge there, they're really well done. Like, I've got to give those parts there. And the rest of the armour seems pretty well sculpted. It looks basic at the same time, like with the tactical belt, but with the amount of different looks Batman's had over the years, it's kind of hard to give an original look for the character. So I'm just kind of going to let some of that slide, especially when you compare it like Ben Affleck's Batman, because like his default suit was just like a simple suit, just like a simple bat suit really with the logo on it, and that's what we had there. Whereas this one it's trying to be new, but it's also trying not to copy anything major that we've had before. Of course, his cowl is a different design. It's a brand new design as well. So that's all that. And even his cape as well. Like, it's a plastic goods cape, but they haven't gone with the classic look that most Batman capes have. It's sort of got a new look for him, and it's actually a shorter cape than because I've got two other Batman figures in my collection. A Ben Affleck one from Justice League, and the cape is a soft goods, and that kind of drops down to the bottom. And the other one being from Arkham Knight, which also has a plastic goods cape, but that one goes down to near the bottom. So it depends on which look you're kind of going for, and just the way it's sort of looked on there. I mean, it's probably not my favourite Batsuit. I think that still kind of goes to Christian Bale's 2008 Batsuit. That's probably my favourite one so far. So this one, it's got its highs and its lows really when you come to it, but I'm gonna wait and see to see how it turns out when I see The Batman in March, because I am looking forward to it. I think it will be a good film once again to see a new take on the character on screen. I mean, we've had lots of takes on him already in the past, but with him having been played by Adam West and Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, and Ben Affleck. So and then in the animation as well, you know, Kevin Conroy and that. So we get to see him fight more enemies this time. So that's gonna be good. And again, even for Bruce Wayne in other media such as Joker, Gotham, and that as well. We've seen him in that too. So there's plenty to come on there. I'm not sure about I don't think the Joker's going to be here in this movie this time, so we kind of get a new film series, but this time leaving him out the picture this time, which I think is probably going to be a good thing when it comes to it. But if it turns out he is in the movie, there'll probably be a figure of him hiding. McFarlane Toys will be hiding for the release of it there. And that's something I'm just going to kind of bring up, because I mentioned like in my last review of the Greedo figure how like Hasbro just don't seem to have their act together on getting Book of Boba Fett figures out, because the series is wrapped now, but we still have yet to see any action figures from the franchise, whereas for the Batman, McFarlane Toys have this out like a month before the film's release. And it's the same with the other figures in the line. There's Catwoman and the Riddler and the Batmobile in there as well, and they're out. They're widely available as well. I'll leave a link to the description where you can buy this one though at Star Action Figures, because it's available there. And I just don't get how McFarlane Toys have their act together with these, whereas Hasbro are just going with just all this commemorative stuff. They've given commemorative packaging stuff in honor of Lucasfilm's 50th anniversary, and they're giving some attention, which is great. But at the same time, we want something of content that's coming out, because it's supposed to be like tie-in merch, and I just don't get how McFarlane Toys have got it in action with this. But like again, as I've said, They don't seem to have it in account with Hasbro just don't have it in account with the Black Series, and I'm not going to comment on Marvel Legends because I don't collect that stuff. So if you're aware how Marvel Legends do, like with if they've even got Spider-Man figures out for No Way Home, drop a link in the description there. Let me drop a comment down there. Let me know what the crack with that is, because I just want to see if it's solely just a Star Wars thing or if it's a Marvel thing as well. I just want to know what's going on. I mean, I know they've got What If characters and that put out, but I'm not sure if when they're actually released merch from No Way Home or even Eternals. I've looked. I think I've seen merch from Eternals out there, but I mean, I've looked around Forbidden Planet and all that and seen the stuff, but I'm not sure. But anyway, this is Batman from The Batman, set to be played by Robert Pattinson. There's a full look at all the different details on there, like this cape sculpt and everything. And I'll just give you a rundown the articulation. So you get this sort of ball joint at the head, ball hinges at the shoulders, sort of swivel joints at the arms, just above the shoulders, the tricep muscles there, double joints at the elbows, ball jointed wrists, and then coming further down you've got ball jointed torso here, a swivel waist, ball hinged hips, swivel thighs, double joints at the knees, double joint sort of a ball joint rockers at the ankles. And then on the feet you do have the movable feet, so you could pose Batman sort of in a kneeling position if you so wish to. But this one is a nice addition. Like if you're just a Batman fan who's collecting all the different Batman that they have in release, this one's a nice addition to go with it all as well. So I'd definitely say pick this one up. So if you do get your chance to pick this one up, do pick it up. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get it. DC Multiverse, brand new edition. It's the first time in a while I'm doing a non-Star Wars figure review, but this one definitely suits in for what it is. But do drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, and subscribe, hit that notification bell. My Facebook, Twitter and Instagram links are all down in the description below, so do give them a follow, and I'll see you next time.